So I went from running a 50K a month SMMA to now switching over to IPGA. And I'm going to talk about one specific reason of why I've made this change. And that one thing is called leverage. Now, hear me out. I'm going to talk about my story. And really, this video is going to be me being transparent, me being honest, me really giving you my thoughts on why this model makes sense, and so that you can make the best decision for yourself. Now, here's the thing, right, about leverage, is I realized I have a bad tendency. Like to this day, I still have shiny object. And I think every entrepreneur struggles with this. And that's basically, your brain is this, right? Your brain is on the current project. Current project gets boring. And you think, that one is easier. So let's go over there, right? Shiny object. And I've hired coaches. I've really done my best to be able to stay focused. And when I grew our agency to 50K a month in the chiro space, the reason why was because I was focused on one niche. But then I realized one thing, okay? And this is what I'm going to break down here. The truth is, every model works. I'm not here to say that SMA is dead, all right? I'm not saying that. Every model is the best model as long as you commit to the model. But what I do believe is that there is something called leverage. And leverage is being able to put the same amount of input and get a different output, right? And that's what I believe in vehicles, and I do believe in models. The most important thing, though, I'm going to go back to say this because I really want to make sure I have the truth out there, which is you need to commit. You still need to be a business owner. You still need to be good at what you do. If you're not good at those things, you're not going to make money. And I want to make sure I'm very clear on that. Here's the thing, right? SMMA is IPGA. It's the same thing, guys. It's honestly the same thing. You're still running an agency. It's just who you're targeting. And this is what I want to break down in this video is that instead of targeting local businesses in SMMA, the people that you work with is the most important thing. This is what I realized, right? This guy right here, Hamza, I'm sure you guys know him. He made 140K. This is the niche. I want you guys to think of creators as the niche, right? This guy didn't have a product at all. He had a big audience, a huge audience. He wasn't selling anything. He wasn't selling a digital product. And this guy right here, Andrew Kirby, came in as a growth operator, told him to sell an online digital product. And in 4 days, they made 116 grand. And this is when I realized, damn, I'm running the same agency model, but because I'm working with chiros or a different business that doesn't have as much scalability, which I'm going to cover here, I make less money. And it's because, so let's go back to the word leverage. If you look at the main differences between IPGA and the traditional SMA niches out there, the number one difference that you see when you go to the IPGA model is one thing. When you work with creators, you have one of the most leverage pulled activities you could ever do right off the bat by just changing the people that you work with. Because when you work with creators, you have attention. You have traffic. The number one problem in all businesses right now, the reason why you're not making money is you don't have traffic. You don't have attention. And so if you try to work with Joe Smo down the street, right? The roofing company down the street, Russell Roofing, or Signature Smile Dental Implant Center, you're working with people that don't have attention. It's very hard for them to scale their delivery. Here's what I mean, okay? This is the main differences. Hear me out. Actually, really listen to this. With IPGA, you have creators, and they have attention. They have also an audience that trusts them, right? Because they've been building content and trust with their audience. Now, the main thing is that if, let's say, for example, let's take this guy, right? I message this guy. This guy has 500,000 subscribers, right? And followers. So he has a huge audience, and he's telling people a course on how to make 10K a month. And this is the course, right? So this is their website. This is their delivery. This is their product. And so if I want to join this, I just go ahead and join 15K, click this button right here, and he tries to sell me a $300 course, right? So I'll show you the course right here. He tries to sell me this $300 course. I came in here, I took his audience, and right off the bat, I took the pricing from 300 to 3,000, just overnight. The second we start working together as a creator, if he's my client, I say, hey, instead of a $300 course, we could 10x your business overnight by going from 300 to 3,000. And instead of a course, turn it into a coaching program. It only requires 3 more hours a week on your end to be able to host community calls and be in a group. Right there, I would 10x his business. But here's the key thing. If you were to do that for Joe, let's say Joe the roofer or the plumber or whatever, if you were trying to 10x his pricing for whatever reason, if he would be even able to do that, but let's say that he would have to hire 10x more people. He would have to get 10x more materials, 10x harder to scale. The thing about creators is that they're selling an info product. And so even the delivery, you have attention as leverage, right? So you have the very top part as leverage because you have their audience that they already have. So they have traffic figured out. You're directing that traffic towards a more scalable product and delivery service, which is info products, right? Because there's no cost of replication. It would cost the same for him to spend 3 hours a week hosting group calls if there was 5 people or 50 people. Joe can't do that. Joe also, what's the other difference? So you have pricing. I can't just come in to Joe's business or a local business and 10x their pricing. I can with creators, right? So I can literally, without doing anything, I can 10x their business with no work required by just telling them to change their pricing. All I have to go is to their website, go to this guy's website, and change his pricing from 300 to 3,000. Boom. That's the main difference. That's high leverage. I want you guys to understand, if you want to be good at business, the better I got at business, the more money I made, the more I understood leverage. Because if you're working so many hours, even if you're getting paid a lot, even if you're making a lot of money right now, and you don't have leverage in your business and you're working day and night, then are you really building a business that you want to build, right? So that's IPGA. It's working with the right people. You can 10x your pricing overnight, high leverage thing with the right clients. You can use their audience. That's high leverage. Now, also, with this fact, is that he can sell his course to anyone in the world. Here's another example. Here's another lady that's getting 500,000 views on YouTube every single month. She's selling a $300 course. If I came into her and I said, hey, let's change this from $289 to $3,000, and all I need is 3 hours of extra time a week for you to host coaching calls, and I positioned the offer differently, right? That would take maybe 1 day to do, but I could 10x her business overnight. This guy's making $80K a month right now. I think when I was talking to him, he could easily 3x his business, 4x his business by having a high ticket product, because you're doing the highest leveraging thing is pricing. So you're 10xing the pricing. I didn't mean to shout there, but I'm serious. I hope you guys are seeing this. Okay, so this is literally the change that we could do. Now, the last thing and the most important thing is also Joe right here. If he was to get 10x his pricing, let's say he was able to do all that, he's only restricted to his local audience, which means that he's the best roofer in Philadelphia. But there's only so many people that you could sell that roofing service to in Philadelphia. Whereas this guy, he's able, because he has an online product, a digital product, he's able to sell to the entire world. I want you guys to understand that. That is so crucial. He's able to sell to the entire world. And so the scalability of your client's business is a better model. And that's what's important. Even if I work with local businesses, if you work with plumbers, if you do any sort of traditional local brick and mortar SMMA niche out there right now, even if you make them a lot of money, right? Are you able to scale their delivery? Or are they going to tell you, hey, this happened so many times in our agency. Hey, let's pause the ads right now. So it's like, what? You get better results for the clients, and then that causes them not to continue to work with you? That's insane. That's insane, guys. You shouldn't be in a model that's going to restrict you to get better and scale the results. And here's another thing. Most traditional SMA niches out there, they charge like 1K, 2K, guys. I've been in this rat race. I'm saying this all from experience, right? I ran a 50K a month agency. I know the rat race. This is why I'm breaking this down to you guys. And it's not a shiny object. I'm just having a real conversation with you guys, right? And I want you to be honest with yourself. When I was charging 2K a month or even 1K a month, that was a set retainer. So we had clients, and this is when I realized this is flawed. We had one Caro client, right? We had like 20 at the time, right? Let's say 10 of them, we were making them like an extra 5K a month. Okay, cool. And they were paying us 2K, maybe 2x return. This one client was still paying us the same amount that the other people were paying us, but we made them 100K. And so, but yet we still got this paid the same as somebody that we got, that we made an extra 5K compared to 100K. Do you see how that doesn't make sense? Why would a client pay you make 50 times more, but yet you get paid the same? It doesn't make sense, right? And so it's almost like you're playing this game to just, you're not keeping in mind that leverage is a real thing. Time is a real thing. And if you are in the business to get people results and get them more business, then you should get paid a percentage of that profit, right? And so with the IPGA model, you're taking a percentage of the sales, right? So not only are you able to leverage your audience, leverage pricing, sell a high ticket program, be able to sell to anyone in the world, you're able to then scale with them. You're taking a percentage of that profit, right? Which means for you, you don't have to work with so many clients, right? You don't have to work with so many clients. And this is the last point that I want to make here. And I'll wrap this up for you guys. Because I imagine a world, this is when I realized, we only have one life. I want to live this life the best way that I could live it, right? And for me, what that meant, I wrote this down. I want to be working with better clients. Not a lot of clients. I just want to be working with better clients. There's hundreds of you guys that are DMing me right now on Instagram. And I'm just not talking to you guys or hopping on calls or I have hopped on calls, but I'm not selling you guys into a program because if I don't think I can help you or I don't enjoy working with you, then I'm not going to sell you anything, right? For the people that like literally comment, if you're watching this video right now and we hopped on the call and I didn't pitch you, right? There's already been people, several people that I've done that with because I don't want to sell or work with people that I don't believe I can get results for. So I want to work with clients that I really believe fit my character. That's one. Because it's my business. I want to build a business I want to build. I want to make more profit. I'm not in the game for revenue. Screw revenue. I want more profit. I want to be able to make content because I believe content's the most highest leveraging thing. Me making this video right now and it getting, 1,000 views, 2,000 views is high leverage things. And I enjoy making content. So I want to do more of that. That's my zone of genius. And so everything's leveraged. The model that I work with clients, taking a percentage, doing value-based marketing, providing value. Guys, I hated when I was making 40K a month, right, with the car agency. I was traveling the world. I was in Colombia. I was meeting other online entrepreneurs. One of the things that I loved was being able to meet people. One of the things I hated in my SMA niche was I had to make some crazy guarantee. Good marketing in the industry standard for the agency space was make a better offer, right? And it just became this game of just attracting the wrong clients, having to make some sort of crazy guarantee, and it just burned me out, right? And it didn't allow me to scale with ease. And now what I'm focused on is I want to scale with ease. I want to work with better clients, have more profit, and just scale with ease. I don't want to have to grind and just give my life away, right? And I want to be able to sell an info product and have coaching. That's important because I want to have a scalable delivery model that's going to allow me to do that. All right, and just to show you guys proof, like when I really started to step into this zone of genius, I started to have clients that actually wanted to work with me. And this client right here, he made 133K cash collected in a single month, right? And this was a better client that I enjoyed working with, and I still work with to this day, right? So it's possible that you guys can work with the people that you want to work with, and this is why I believe the IPGA model is the next thing. So I hope this helps, guys. I really do. And if you guys have any questions, let's go back and forth. We can DM on Instagram. Let me know your guys' thoughts, and I will see you in the next